Before did you cast Brennan?
Ooh, did I cast Brendan? No, I didn't.
Okay,
All right,
because I feel like we're getting really close to our like top one. So let me just do Brennan because I have two people for Brennan really
okay.
quick. So
Okay.
the first one is Scott Eastwood.
Ooh,
So he is like older and like really attractive. And I don't know, I think of Brennan as being really attractive and like tall, and Scott Eastwood
well,
is super tall.
obviously he's got the violet, genes, so he
Yeah,
would definitely be
yeah.
good looking as well. Just that little bit older.
Yes. And then the other one is Jonah Howard King, who
Ooh.
plays Prince Eric in the new Little Mermaid movie.
Oh,
Also
I
really
love
tall,
him.
brunette,
Yes.
kind of big, but again, not like so like not so like muscular and beefy that like they're a Xaden or a Gary
Yeah,
or
I
something.
agree because
So
Brennan's like a mender and he just doesn't
yes.
seem like even though he's obviously a really good dragon rider and everything, I don't see him as being that big, strong character that like Xaden is, even though
Yeah.
he, is pretty, well, I won't give too much away, but, he's pretty important and everything. But I agree. I feel like
Yeah.
his strength more comes from within, his mending, signet. I think those are great options. I love them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially, I'd probably go Scott Eastwood. I think he'd play. I could just see
I think
him.
yeah, that was my top choice. That was my
Yeah,
top choice.
yeah,
I
I
in this one
love.
I led with my top choice. I
Okay,
keep changing it up whether I'm leading with my top choice or my bottom choice.
I know. They're all good. All right, going to the next one. So we're going into the voices now. We're going into the
Yes, I'm
voices
so
of
excited for the voices.
our favorite dragons. Our favorite
Yes.
dragons. We'll start with Andana.
Okay. You go first because I've been going first a lot.
All right. I struggled a bit with Andana because I was sort of like, she's going to be a kid's voice. Like at the start, she's young. So she's probably just going
Mhm.
to have a child, actor initially. But I wouldn't mind having Emma Watson do the voice of
Oh, I
Andana.
like that. Emma Watson's a really good choice.
Yeah.
Really kind of classy, can be soft voiced, can be probably could pull off the teenager voice though too, which is good.
Exactly. And then can work into if she becomes a stronger character as she progresses along, because obviously she's going to continue to grow and mature throughout
Yeah.
these books.
Hmm.
Yeah. Who have you got?
I have four people for Darna. But the only reason I have four is because I got one in my head and I was like, this is it. I can't change it. And then I was like, no, I have to think of other people. And so like I just kept going back to this other person, but in the process of doing that, I like looked up, I
Yes.
found others. So I'm gonna just kind of like really quickly tell you the other three,
Okay.
but
Okay.
truly there's only one person in my heart who can do
Okay.
this.
Okay. Okay.
So Sasha Rowan, sorry, Saoirse Ronan.
Yes, I know who you're
I
talking
am
about.
like struggling. So Sorsha, she is in
Sophia.
Little Women. She's in
Love
a Million Things,
her.
Lady Bird. So
Yes.
I don't know, I just really kind of liked the Scottish voice and everything.
Yes. Yes. That would
Um,
be so good. I would love her. That's a great pick. I
yeah,
love that.
yeah. And then the other one is Anna de Armas. So she also has like that really soft voice, but I think could also pull off like, you know, a teenagery
Interesting.
voice.
Interesting
Yeah.
choice.
I think she might be somewhere else. And then the
Yay.
final one is, or well, the other of the non-main one is Annie Murphy. She's in
Ooh,
Schitt's Creek. She plays the girl that's like, ew, David.
I love her. Ew,
Yeah,
David.
yeah,
I
I
love
think
it.
she would be
Love it.
good. But drum roll, the only person that I could think of really, truly, and still in my heart as Andarna is Taylor Swift. And I actually don't know if you're a Swiftie, which I can't believe I'm doing a podcast with somebody and I don't even know if they like Taylor Swift. I'm a huge Taylor
I
Swift
do
fan.
like Taylor Swift. I mean,
Yeah, and
I like Taylor Swift.
yeah, who doesn't, right? And I do think that she could pull off, like a kid voice, but I think she could also pull off like a teenager voice and then potentially like a
And then she could
more
just
mature
break out
voice.
in a song. We could have him done a
Yes.
song
No, and
throughout
then
the. She'll do the
if she
soundtrack.
plays the voice, then she can make an amazing soundtrack. She can have like the theme song for the show can be by her. And I don't know if you guys know this, listeners, but Rebecca Yarros is a huge Swiftie.
Yes.
Wrote most like when she publishes her like playlists for the books, there's a ton of Taylor Swift songs on there.
Oh my
So
God.
that is in my heart who is
That
Andana.
is so cute. That is so funny. I would love that. That would just be the
Yeah.
best. And I can just see a whole like soundtrack. We're talking Celine Dion. My
Yes.
heart will go on. Like Taylor Swift's just gonna create a
Yes,
whole
yes,
soundtrack.
yes.
for this. It's so
Yeah.
good. Absolutely
And
awesome.
Taylor Swift is notoriously a terrible actress. Everything that she's been in as an actress is like really bad, but I think she would do a good job voice acting.
Yes,
And, she could go in, there's not that many lines, she could go in, record it in an afternoon, and then like move on with her life. So
definitely.
that's where I think she'd fit
Definitely.
in really
No,
well
I
there.
agree. I agree. She could handle that. She's got the Andana chops. That's awesome.
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
right. I can never say this name right. Right.
Gale,
Scale.
It's hard. It is really hard.
Oh, who have you chosen for the voice of Segale?
So I chose for Segale, Karen Gillan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Again, I love this because they are based on like all the names are like Scottish,
Gaelic.
Gaelic. Yeah. So there's a theme here, but yeah, Karen
Yes.
Gillan is who I picked for Sigale because I think you kind of in the Guardians of the Galaxy, she sort of has that more like rough voice that Sigale could have, but
Yes.
then could
Yes.
also be funny. And I do feel like there's a lot of lines that Sigale has
Yes.
that need some good comedic timing.
Yes. Yes.
So
I
yeah.
love that. Okay. All right. The first now I've gone an older A-list actor for this.
Okay.
Kate Blanchett.
Oh my
She
God.
has
That is the one. That is the only Sigale I will now accept.
Yeah, she has one of the best voices in Hollywood. Like, no doubt
She
about
does.
it.
She
She's also
hands
Australian,
down.
but she is
Yes.
just, Lord of the Rings. Like I think being that sort of mother role, that tough role, that somewhat
Yes.
scary role, she would just absolutely nail Segale. Like,
Yes.
nail
Yeah.
Scale.
So Karen Gillan can go play Mira,
Yeah.
and then she can be Sigale.
Oh, I love it. It's no, I just think she would absolutely kill it. And Kate Blanchett's voice is just everything.
It
Everything.
is.
She would
It
bring
is.
so much A-list class to this show.
Hmm.
I feel like she would just do
Hmm.
such a good job. All right.
Absolutely.
Now we're jumping into now how do you say this?
I
Tarn.
say Tairn.
TAIRN. I say Tarn. That is such an
Tarn.
Aussie way to say it. Tarn.
Tairn.
TAIRN.
It's very like American, like Tairn.
No, and I heard someone who, speaking Gaelic and trying to explain how to say these names, and they're absolutely beautiful how they're meant to be pronounced properly. And both of us are so super off track with
Absolutely
what
butchering
it's meant
it.
to be. But anyway, sorry
Yes.
guys. Tarn, Tairn, whichever way you say it. Who have you picked?
Okay, I have Cillian Murphy for Tairn.
Ooh, yes. Oh, you've gone that
Yeah.
Scottish kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And
Love
like I
it.
think he could have that deep voice, but also pull
Yes.
off the dryness that Tairn
Mm-hmm.
has.
Mm-hmm.
Tairn is very dry, and I think Cillian Murphy has
I
that.
love it. I love it
Mhm.
so much. That's awesome. I have gone another Australian actor who is an amazing voice actor, as well as many others. Hugo Weaving.
Oh my gosh, that would be such a good pick. That would be a
He,
very good pick as
for
well.
me,
You
it has
nailed the voice actors.
he is like he's Megatron, guys. He is Megatron for
Mhm.
Transformers. He was in
He's in V for Vendetta. He's V in V for
He
Vendetta.
has that deep, aggressive sort of voice that,
Mhm.
I mean, for me, he just is tan, whatever you want to say it. He is
Yeah,
just that dragon. He would do such an amazing job of it. I would just love him to play it.
I love that. I love that.
Yep.
That's a really
Yep.
good one.
Awesome. All right.
At the end, do we only have
Have we
Xaden
got
and Violet
anyone
left?
else apart from our top two? Because that is all
No,
I have left now.
I don't have anyone other than the top two. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
done too.
All right. Who are we starting with? Are we starting with Violet or are we starting with Xaden?
I don't know. It's so hard to choose. Let's
All right,
start
we're
with
going
Violet.
Violet first. Sorry,
We'll do
guys. You
Violet.
want
Yeah,
Xaden.
yeah.
We're making you wait till the very, very
And
end.
I have 5 for Violet. Did you do 5
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Violet?
I've
Yeah.
got
Okay.
top
Okay.
five. For both of these, I've got
Perfect.
top five. 100%.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So you tell me, who are your top five for Violet Sorrengail?
Okay. So for this one, I was struggling a lot. I'll be honest. Like this was a very, very hard one for me to cast. A couple of them came to me immediately, and then some of them didn't. So some of these people I don't really know if they're good or have been in anything, and I haven't really watched them in anything, but they just have the look.
Yes.
So the first one is someone named Indiana Evans, and I
Oh,
found her on Pinterest. Like I was just Googling Violet or
yes.
Pinteresting, searching Violet on, so I have no idea if she's been in anything, but she has like a really good look for it. The
Amazing.
next one
Mm-hmm. Number
is Odea Rush, and she is in the Netflix
Ooh.
movie Let It Snow, which just came out. And
Oh,
here she looks like the younger sister of Mila Kunis. Like they look
wow.
so
Yes.
similar. So if
Yes.
you are like Googling this, like look them both up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort
Mm-hmm.
of why I put her on my list
Yes.
because I have Mila
Mm-hmm.
Kunis on my Mira list. And it's like she is like the smaller, shorter version of Mila Kunis.
Yes.
So yes.
Yes. Yes. I love it.
Um,
I love it.
yeah, then I have Rafferty Cassidy.
Okay.
She hasn't really been in much. I just found her on IMDb. She's just had like a couple of small roles.
I know.
And then I have someone named India Isley, and that is if you search Violet on Pinterest, that's like like that's mostly who comes up.
Yes. Yes.
So, because
Yes.
she
We have
has
no
like those
idea what their
very, very,
acting chops are like, but from a
no
look
idea.
perspective, they
Yeah.
are Violet. Yes.
Yeah. And then this one does not actually make any sense, but it's like the vibes, okay?
Okay.
The vibes are there. She needs to shrink about 7 inches. And that is Haley Steinfeld.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Haley is really
Yes.
tall and is really muscular, but also has like that ability to sort of be really strong, but also really vulnerable. Um,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
it
she's a
doesn't,
great
but she's
actress.
maybe just a little too
Amazing.
tall.
I know it's definitely something I've taken into consideration is height. All the actors that I've chosen are on the smaller side. I really try to deduct anyone that's, over 5'7". So
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
is so interesting. So you've gone a lot on the looks.
Yeah.
I've tried to pick people based on their acting talent with the belief that if you are an amazing actor, you will bring the character to the role. My example being
Yeah.
Matt Smith in House of the Dragon, right? Like when people first heard he was cast, they were like, why would you pick him? Like he's not that good looking. And yet by the 6th or 7th episode, I was like, I thought he was hot. Like
Yes, I know. And I have never found him to be like
no,
super
no, but
attractive, you
suddenly I was
know?
like, this is hot. This is hot. And this leads me into my number 5 because my number 5 is from House of the Dragon, and that is another Australian actor, Millie Alcock.
Who do they play?
She was the main younger character in House of the Dragon.
Okay,
So
okay.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah,
I
I
when
can
I
really see that. That's a really good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's someone that, like, when I first saw her on House of Dragon, I was a bit like, why did they cast her? I don't know if I
Yeah.
like her. But by about the third, fourth episode, I was obsessed. I was like, she is the best. Her chemistry with Matt Smith was sensational. She is petite. She's actually a great little actor. She
Yeah,
really is.
she
She's so
really is.
talented. I'm
She
sure she's
was so good.
available. Yeah, with
Mhm.
nice wig, with the gray ends on the hair. I think she would
Mhm.
absolutely nail
Mhm.
Violet. So she's my number
And could
5.
really pull off like I feel like Violet has a lot of like silent energy, and
Yes.
I think that she would pull
Yeah.
that off really well.
Violence. Yeah, I actually think she's so talented, and I just think she would actually
Mhm.
nail Violet. So I
That's
would
a
love to see her in
perfect
that role.
choice. Yeah.
Okay. The next one is someone that's pretty famous, Lily Rose Depp.
I almost put her on my list. I like considered her, and then I like in my mind, I was really just thinking about the looks. I wasn't, I was like, oh, I don't know if she really looks like Violet, but it's a really good choice. It's
I
a really
mean,
good.
she's got stunning cheekbones for days. Like she
Yes.
is a stunning
Yes.
actor. Look, probably more my query with her is, does she actually have the acting chops to do this?
Yeah.
Like she's great, she's beautiful, and she's somewhat petite. I think she'd play potentially a good Violet. Would she play a sensational Violet? Would she actually be able to take over the role? I don't know. I feel like you look at Lily Rose Depp and you just see Lily Rose Depp, and that's the biggest thing I don't want when this comes out. I don't want to be looking at
No.
that actor. I want to be looking at Violet. I want to see
Yeah.
Violet
Yeah.
Sorrengail on my screen and not be thinking of anyone else.
Mhm.
But
I
she's
want them
gorgeous,
transformed.
petite. So she is on my list. Next one is another fairly famous actor out at the moment, a younger actor, Jenna Ortega.
I considered her as well. I considered her too. That's so funny.
So
I think she would do a really good job. I think she's, again, the acting chops are totally there, and
100%.
with the right hair and makeup crew, she would pull it off
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Again, she's fairly petite. I think that I mean, she's gorgeous. She's so good on Wednesday. I mean, she has absolutely
Yes.
nailed that character. Would
Yes,
love to see what she would bring to Violet. I feel like she would bring something really interesting to the character of Violet.
definitely.
So she is my third suggestion. My second is a bit more of an underground actor that I just sort of stumbled across, and this is Maya Mitchell, who is in
Who that
The
is.
Artful Dodger. So you might need to look her up. She is gorgeous. Again, an Australian actor. She just has a look. She just has a look. It's not overstated, it's sort of understated, but she's really gorgeous. And I haven't actually watched The Artful Dodger, but I thought, yeah, I feel like she could potentially play our Violet. But
Mm-hmm.
that leads me to our number one, who has already been named on this list already. Okay, what happened, right? I was going through my list and I showed my husband, right? And he picked this one. He was like, "Oh, she's hot." He's like, "You gotta go with her." So, and I completely agree with him. She is,
I think I know where you're going, and I love it.
yeah, yeah, maybe a little bit older, but
Yeah.
oh my God, I love her. And that is Anna de Armas.
Yes,
Oh,
yes. She
she
has all that. She's like petite. I think she would pull that off really well. Has the acting chops,
exactly.
has the look too, like has it
Yes.
all. It's a really, really good choice. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing is she's that little bit older. Could she pull off playing a 20-year-old? She's not that young, but I
Yeah,
feel like if they're like within about 10 years or so, they'll be fine.
usually can do it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Going to our final fan casting, our number one character, our main MMC, we have Xaden. Now,
Zayden.
Xaden, I'm thinking that how about we go one at a time? So
I
we
was
go,
thinking the exact same thing. This
yeah,
is why we
yeah.
do a podcast
You
together
say your
because we
five,
are
and
the
I'll say my five, etc., etc. All right.
yes.
All right. Awesome. So who have you
Um,
got as your number five for Xaden
yes.
Ryerson?
So my number five is Taylor Zakar Perez. So
Ooh.
he is in The Kissing Booth. He's the main character in The Kissing Booth. And
Yes.
he's also in the new Netflix show Red, White, and Royal Blue. He's one of the
Oh,
princes, one of the main
yes.
princes. Yeah, he's a
Yes.
little under muscular. I don't know if that's a word,
Build that
but
up.
with the right fitness program, he can get there.
Right.
I fully believe in Amazon's ability to, beef
Beef
somebody
them
up.
up before they start
Yeah,
working.
yeah,
That can be
totally,
worked on.
totally. And so yeah, that's my number five. I think you'd be really
Love
good.
it. I love it. All right. My number five has actually been shown on my Bookstagram before. I
Oh,
have
okay.
shared some footage of this actor. I just stumbled across him looking up B grade romance drama movies on Amazon. I stumbled upon this movie called Before the Dawn, and this actor was the main character. He is hot in it. Like seriously, if you want a nice B grade romance movie, go and watch this. It's worth it just to
I
watch
love
this
a good
guy.
show movie like that. I
Oh,
love to just have stuff like that on in the
no,
background,
so
like
good.
fold laundry or something.
All right. His name is Jared H. Scott. So
Okay,
he was also, I believe, on 13 Reasons Why, but maybe as a
the smaller
smaller
part, yeah.
character. Yeah, sorry, he's on this Before the Dawn. He is half Filipino. So he meets our
Ooh,
POC of Xaden.
yes.
He is very tall. He is, I think, at least 6'3". His brother's like a football player. Like he is really from a very tall family. He is gorgeous, like full lips,
I remember
gorgeous face.
you posting that, and I was like, "Oh, that is Zayden right there."
Exactly.
So,
I was
yeah,
like, this, I'm looking at Xaden. Okay, we could maybe add 5 kilos of muscle, just a bit more
yeah.
muscle. But then boom, there is our Xaden. I mean, it was a B grade movie, so it's hard to know if he has the acting
If
chops
he
or
has the
not.
acting chops, yeah.
Was it the acting or was it the script? I'm not sure. But I said from a looks perspective, he is gorgeous. Absolutely
hmm
gorgeous. All right.
hmm
Number 4. Who is your number 4?
My number four is Austin Taylor Johnson. Again, he doesn't have that POC. The rest of them do, so that's good. But he was in Bullet Train, and he's in
Yes.
Tenet.
Yes.
So
He did
the
the
acting chops, that's the like I really cared about acting
yeah.
with Xaden. I don't know why I didn't care about that with Violet, but I really cared about it with Xaden. And yeah, I just think he again has that sort of quiet confidence that Xaden possesses. So
Yes,
that's my number
yes, I
four.
love that. Is he the actor that's currently being predicted for James Bond? Is that one?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he's
so.
hot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. All right.
And a good actor, like
Yes,
he's got
yes.
cast in like I mean, he's been in Tenet, which right, like he clearly has
hmm
good acting chops
hmm
if Christopher Nolan cast him.
Yep, 100%. All right, I have gone. This is an Italian actor. He's
Ooh,
possibly a tiny bit too old to play Xaden, but he
who
plays
cares?
dark, handsome, and scary, but in the hottest way. And this is Michelle Marone
I
from
don't know who this is.
365 Days. Do you not know who Michelle Marone is?
No, I don't. I don't even know what this
Oh,
365 days is that you're talking
it
about.
is
I
a
guess
very
do I have
extremely
homework?
spicy, crazy spicy Netflix movie. It is
Okay.
a terrible movie. It is
Who
such a
cares?
bad movie, but it went viral because of Michelle Marone. He is hotness
Okay.
on legs. He is literally the
I'm gonna
hottest
look him
guy
up.
you will really ever see. He is just manly, hairy, six pack, gorgeous, like Italian stallion kind of looks. He
hmm
probably is around 35, so he's a little bit on the older side, but he
Yeah.
plays scary and hot, and he would just bring that darkness
Well,
to.
if Anna de Armas was Violet, then they're
That's
both a little bit
right.
older looking, so it's
That's
fine.
totally fine. Totally fine.
Yeah.
So, okay. So here's my number 4. Who is your number 3?
So this is where I do break the acting chops rule just to determine just because of looks. Okay, this
Yep.
one is
Yep.
a wild card. All right.
Okay. Okay. Wildcat. Love it.
Okay, so I have Sam Asghari or Ashgari, who was Britney Spears' husband.
Oh,
Model. Married to Britney Spears. I think they're divorced now, I think, or in the process of
yes.
divorcing. But
Yes.
yeah, I don't he is like Xaden to
He
me.
is
It is like
he's
what I
gorgeous.
picture.
I don't
He's
know if he can
gorgeous.
act
Who knows if he can
whatsoever.
act? Probably not. But he just to me screams Xaden.
Oh my God. You've definitely got a few pop stars in here, don't you?
I
Yes.
do. Yeah, yeah.
He is very gorgeous. I will give
Yeah.
you that. He is
It's like
definitely
I almost didn't put him on my list, but I was like, he's so the looks is there,
tall,
so I
dark,
just
and
put him on my list.
handsome.
Yeah,
Go check out Michelle Marone though. You're gonna
I
flip
will.
sides. He's gonna become your new Italian stallion wild card. I
Okay, I'll
promise
go look him
you.
up.
Okay, mine comes with a bit of a query and a bit of a theory, right? About my
Oh,
third.
okay.
Michael B. Jordan, who
Ooh.
is the creator. Now, look, because every time I would look up hot actors, he would come up on my list, and he is
Yeah,
freaking gorgeous. He is gorgeous. He's got
gorgeous.
the
Yeah.
muscles. He's a little older, and he's definitely POC. And I kind of wonder, has he got the rights for this to play Xaden himself?
Yeah.
I
It would
mean,
work.
I know, I know. It's probably not who I pictured to be Xaden for me personally, but
Yeah.
I think Xaden has to be a little bit younger, because he's really meant to only be 23. But look,
Yeah.
he's definitely gorgeous. He's definitely got the muscles and everything like
I
that.
want to like research. So for listeners who don't know, the Michael B. Jordan's production company is the ones who have picked up the rights to Fourth Wing, Iron Flame. So just in case people don't know what we're talking about, and I really want to look up like how involved he is in that production company, right? Is it just sort of like he's a face, a face and a name and doesn't really do much with it, or does he do a lot with it? And could that mean that he wanted to be in it? That's a really, really interesting. And I would buy him as Aiden. I totally would be here for it. I like it. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah. As I
Yeah.
said, he's definitely got the muscles and he's definitely got the looks. So I do think he would play an amazing Xaden. But I'll be
Yes.
very keen to get people's thoughts on that one. All right, moving on to the final two. Number 2, who is your second pick for Xaden?
My second pick is David Cornsweet. He plays if you watch the Netflix show The Politician with Ben
Oh,
Platt, he
yeah.
plays River, who is like the kid that was kind of like in a relationship with Ben Platt and
Yes.
then passes away. But he really just pulls off like moody and tall and dark and handsome. Again, maybe needs a little bit more muscle, but I think he could do it.
Work
And
on that. We can work on
yeah,
that.
so that's my number two.
Nice, nice. All right, I have gone. This is a little bit more of an underground actor, and I
Okay.
literally only added him to my list last night because I kind of found that All the Bright Places, and he was on that, and he is a gorgeous Australian actor. Definitely has the looks. He's a little bit on the younger side, but of course, we sort of need that for considering the age sort of range of Xaden, and that is Felix Mallard.
I
So
don't know who
he is,
that
as I
is.
said, he is in All the Bright Places. He is brunette, gorgeous face, full lips. He is just hot. He is gorgeously hot. He possibly as well could build the muscle a little bit,
Mhm.
but he is gorgeous. So look, again, I don't know him that well to know like what his acting chops are like and that kind of thing, but from a looks perspective, he could 100% play Xaden. 100%.
Okay, I like it. I'll look
Okay.
him up.
Ooh, I know. Okay.
I'm so excited for my number one.
Okay. Number
I'm so
one.
excited.
Number one.
Okay, so
Oh,
my number one is probably a little bit older.
okay.
But he has the looks. He's a POC. He is great acting chops. Like when
Yep.
I thought of Zayden, this is who immediately came to mind. And then everything else was me just like finding more
Yep.
people. Like
Yep.
this
Yep.
is Zayden to me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Charles Melton.
Wait, I don't know who that is.
Oh my, you don't know who that is? Oh,
Who
okay.
is
So
it? Come on.
he's in
I'm
Riverdale.
looking up.
And then he also, I just watched the movie May December, which is like this indie film on Netflix with Julianne Moore, which
Yes.
is where I thought of her, and Natalie
Wait.
Portman.
Yes.
But you have to look him up.
Wait,
Like,
I'm
look him
looking him
up
up
right
right now.
now.
What was his last name again? Charles
Melton.
Melton. Okay, guys, I'm looking him up right
Melton.
now because I need to see what he.
The
Oh.
lips, the lips.
Oh. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Wow. Jeez. Yes.
That is Xaden, is it not?
Yes, that is Xaden.
It's like I can't picture anyone else now. Like all I see when I read it and think about it is Charles Melton.
No, I love it. He is definitely, as you say, he meets the POC. He looks pretty muscly, pretty hot. Oh, when he's got that look, like there's a few here, he's like got that intensity in his look.
Steely gaze. It's
He would
good.
play
It's
an
good.
amazing
And he has
Xaden.
such like an angular face.
That I'm such a sucker
And
for
he
a
has a
jawline.
fantastic acting chops. I just watched him in the film May December. Like I literally watched it because I was doing the fan casting and picked him. And then my husband was like, "Do you want to watch this movie?" And I was like, "I don't know who's in it." And then he said that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, let's watch it.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
watch it."
yeah. That's totally fine.
It's kind
But
of a weird
yeah.
movie, so I don't know if I recommend it. It's weird, but watch it for him.
Gorgeous, gorgeous guys. So gorgeous. The hair. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
No,
I
he is
know.
such a
And like
good.
imagine like a little tattoo on his neck. So
Oh my
good.
God. It's getting hot in here. It's getting very,
Yeah,
very
I
hot
know.
and
I'm like
sweaty
getting
in
my
here.
Google ready because I think if I don't know your number one, I'm gonna Google them too
Well,
because I want
hopefully
to
you
know.
will know because this actor has been suggested over Instagram to play Xaden. And
Okay.
he's
Okay.
a bit older, but he is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And that is Theo James.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Theo James is a good one.
Oh,
He
he
is a
is.
good one, but he is a little bit older.
He
Um,
is.
yeah, and
But I
it's
don't
so hard for me
care.
to separate him from Divergent, but I'm sure I could. And he is a fantastic actor.
We haven't,
He's
I
very
feel like
hot.
we haven't seen him in a while though. I feel like we haven't, there's a stuff from like, yeah, Divergent and a few years ago, but I feel like we haven't seen him recently. And I still think he would bring an absolutely sensational Xaden. Now, I think he's half Greek. So whether that would meet the POC or not, I'm not 100% sure, but he is just gorgeous. He's got those full lips, that gorgeous jawline, the gorgeous face. I would absolutely love it. I don't care that he's
Yeah.
older. You can still cast him. Like, it's
Yeah.
amazing that Henry Cavill isn't on this list for me.
I know. I know.
Like,
I do like Henry Cavill is often who I am picturing when
Yeah.
I'm reading romantasy books,
yes.
but not for Xaden for some reason.
No.
Probably because of the POC aspect.
Yes, the
But
full
yeah,
lips, like, I don't know.
the
Yeah,
full
I like
lips, not there.
Rhysand
Henry Cavill is Rhysand.
Yeah.
They are one and the same.
like he's not allowed.
Absolutely.
Like when that comes out, he just has to be aligned to that. That's non-negotiable. It just has
Yeah.
to happen. I don't care. I mean,
How we
he's
do it. It just
crazy
has
old
to happen.
anyway. They just have to make that happen. That's just, it
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Rhysand cannot be anyone else. But I agree with you. He is just not Xaden. He's
not
too
Xaden.
old. He's just actually not really the look,
Mm-hmm.
which is rare.
So you should, I don't know if you've watched The White Lotus, that TV show,
Yeah.
but Theo James is in the second season of that. Or the third season?
Is. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
So
remember
that's
the
what he's been doing, is that TV show. That's kind of his
Yes.
most recent thing. He was really good in that. He was really good.
Yeah. He was so good. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Well, I think we have picked some amazing actors for our fan
Yeah.
casting. What do you think?
Yes.
I think we have nailed it.
I think we've nailed it. I think of the 100+ actors and actresses we've named in this podcast,
At least 5 of
they
them
have
are gonna
they
be
have
in
their
the show.
shortlists, you know? They have their shortlist. Now they just need to figure out who's available. That's really all they need to do.
Exactly. Just to
Yeah.
work out the ins and outs of, scheduling and everything like that. I
And all
love
of
it.
that. Yeah. And chemistry, because like Xaden and Violet do have to have chemistry. So,
100%. Like, I feel like that's what was lost in, I don't know, the 50 Shades of Grey movies. Like, I didn't really feel like they had that insane chemistry because, Grey, like, he was recast last minute. And I don't think that they had the chemistry that they needed to have. It is so important that the characters have chemistry. So that's a huge
really
part
is.
of
It really
doing
is.
this. All right.
Yeah. Well,
All
you guys,
right.
you should let us know what you think of what we've read or what we've presented here. Is there somebody that is like a perfect Xaden or Violet that we missed? Comment, let us know. We're going to put a Q&A on our Spotify and we have comments on YouTube. So let us know. But this has been a fantastic episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. And stay tuned, subscribe, keep listening, keep watching, because we're only going to get better at this as we go. I mean, I think we did a pretty good job and it's only our third episode. So we'll just get fantastic. But thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Bye, guys.